The first version of financial freedom doesn't feel like freedom at all. It feels like opening your banking app at 6:13 a.m. before work and not being afraid. The balance reads $2,487.16. Not a fortune. Just enough to breathe. A week ago, you were calculating whether groceries could wait until Friday. Today, you simply pay the bill without checking your account twice. Nothing about your apartment has changed. The same worn couch, the same coffee maker, the same morning light slipping through half-closed blinds. But something invisible has shifted. For the first time, money is no longer making every decision for you. That is where financial freedom actually begins. Not with wealth, with silence. There was a time when every paycheck already had a destination before it arrived. You earned around $52,000 a year. After taxes, about $3,400 landed in your account each month. Rent claimed $1,450. Your car payment took another $390. Insurance, utilities, gas, groceries, student loans, subscriptions you forgot to cancel. By the 20th of every month, your money had disappeared. You weren't poor, you were trapped. Every unexpected expense felt like an emergency. A flat tire, a medical bill, a broken laptop. One mistake could erase months of effort. People called it adulthood. But it felt more like surviving. Then one afternoon, something small happened. A co-worker mentioned they had 6 months of expenses saved. Not 6 paychecks, 6 months. You almost laughed. Who has that kind of money? But the idea stayed with you, not because it sounded impressive, because it sounded peaceful. That night, instead of searching for ways to make more money, you searched for one question. What is an emergency fund? The answer wasn't exciting. It wouldn't make you rich. It wouldn't go viral. It simply protected tomorrow. So you began. Every paycheck, $150 disappeared into a high-yield savings account earning around 4% annually. At first it felt pointless. The balance barely moved. But slowly, $500, $1,000, $3,000. Then 6 months later, nearly $5,000. The next time your car needed repairs, nothing changed. No credit card, no panic, no sleepless night. You paid, then went home. Financial freedom had grown just enough to remove fear. You started noticing something else. Your paycheck wasn't the problem, your habits were. Every dollar that entered your account was being assigned randomly. So you gave every dollar a purpose. Housing, food, transportation, savings, investments, entertainment. The budget wasn't a prison. It became a blueprint. For the first time, you were telling money where to go instead of wondering where it went. Months passed. Your salary increased to $68,000. But something unusual happened. Your lifestyle barely changed. Friends upgraded apartments, bought luxury SUVs, financed expensive vacations. You quietly increased your investments instead. Nobody congratulated you because discipline is invisible. Then you discovered investing, not gambling, not chasing hot stocks. Ownership. You opened a retirement account, then a brokerage account. Every month, $700 flowed automatically into broad market index funds. The companies worked, you didn't. Some years the market climbed, other years it fell. News anchors spoke about crashes, recessions, fear. People sold, you kept buying. Because for the first time you understood something most people never truly believe. The market rewards patience more consistently than intelligence. Compounding isn't dramatic. It's almost boring. Until it isn't. Years passed quietly. The account crossed $50,000, then $100,000. Nothing exploded, no fireworks. You still made your own coffee, still drove the same reliable car, still ignored trends. But your investments had started earning more in some years than you once earned working overtime. Money had quietly learned how to work without you. That changes the relationship forever. Freedom entered your life differently now. You no longer feared losing your job, because your emergency fund covered months. Your investments continued growing. Your expenses remained below your income. When your manager demanded weekends, you simply said no. Not because you were brave, because you had options. Financial freedom isn't the ability to buy everything. It's the ability to refuse what costs your peace. Eventually, your income reached 6 figures. around $140,000 a year. Many people would celebrate with a larger house, luxury watches, a new luxury SUV financed over 7 years. You chose something less visible. You increased your investment rate to nearly 30% of your income. Every raise became another employee working for your future. Dividends arrived. Index funds appreciated. Your portfolio expanded across stocks, bonds, and cash reserves. Risk became something you managed, not something you feared. Then came a moment almost nobody talks about. One ordinary Tuesday morning. You weren't checking your account anymore. You weren't thinking about bills. You weren't calculating the cost of groceries. Money had quietly moved into the background of your life. Instead, you thought about time, who deserved it, how you wanted to spend it, whether another promotion was worth missing your daughter's recital, whether another client mattered more than dinner with your parents. Money had stopped being the destination. It had become the tool. This is where many people misunderstand wealth. The richest person in the room isn't always the one driving the most expensive car. Sometimes it's the quiet person who owns their time, who can walk away from toxic work, who can take a year off, who can help a friend without expecting repayment, who sleeps peacefully because tomorrow has already been paid for. Financial freedom doesn't announce itself. It whispers. Then your thinking stretched beyond your own lifetime. Retirement accounts, trusts, life insurance, tax-efficient investing, estate planning. You stopped asking, how much money can I make? You started asking, how many generations can benefit from decisions I make today? Your investments were no longer buying comfort. They were buying opportunities for people you might never meet. Your future grandchildren wouldn't remember the nights you skipped expensive dinners. They would simply inherit choices you never had. That is how wealth travels through time. Quietly, patiently, almost invisibly. Before we reach the final stage of this journey, consider this. If stories like this help you see money differently, not as a number, but as a way to reclaim your time and reshape your future, subscribe and join us. We explore the hidden psychology of wealth, the systems behind lasting financial freedom, and the quiet decisions that change generations. Because the next lesson may become the decision your future self thanks you for making. In the end, every stage of financial freedom looks smaller than people imagine. The first stage is breathing, the second is stability, the third is choice, the fourth is ownership, the fifth is legacy. Most people spend their lives believing wealth is measured by what others can see. The house, the watch, the car. But those things are often purchased to impress strangers who will forget them tomorrow. Real financial freedom is almost invisible. It is waking without fear, making decisions without desperation, living without pretending, and leaving behind a life where your children inherit possibilities instead of burdens. Because in the end, the greatest luxury money can ever buy isn't status. It is the quiet confidence that your life and the lives that follow yours are no longer controlled by money, but guided by the freedom you built one thoughtful decision at a time.